Hey man, it's your boy MMA Habits back at it again with another video, giving you my reaction and breakdown to the UFC 314 card, Volkanovski versus Lopez, and this card was good. It was a very good card. We're in a bit of a drought, Lerone Murphy, bro, and Josh Emmett before that, and UFC 313. It wasn't too eventful. But this was good. This was the first good card of 2025 besides, Merab versus Umar. That was a pretty good card, but good results, Gene Silva back, or not back, but, kind of got rid of Bryce, got him out of there. Reyes back, on a 3 KO win streak now. And, Darren Elkin's gone, deceased. Michael Chandler, it's over. Get a new job. Working at Mickey D's, working for Hap, and work for your sons. I don't know what to say, but let's go through this card chronologically. We'll start off with my Volk. Wait, let me go back up. I'll edit that out. Oh, it was already open. There we are. Oh my God, I'll edit that out. Volk versus Lopez was a very good fight. Went 5 rounds. Surprisingly, I didn't know how, because when the fight initially started, I saw Volk. He was moving like the Terminator. I know he wasn't moving the same as he did, the Max Holloway trilogy, and before that, he did look a little bit withered. He did look a bit different. He wasn't the same Volkanovski, the same level of dominance. I'm just gonna say that, but it was a very amazing performance. Kind of went opposite how I thought. I thought Lopez was going to start fast like he normally does. But this fight, he didn't. He had a bad start. Volk had the good start. And it was Volk that was sort of at the end kind of running away at the end, like potentially gassed or just the damage is caught up. But I was really surprised Volk did that in the first round. He looked like a fucking beast out there in the first 2 rounds, and Lopez was kind of keeping it cool. I think he knew because, his cardio isn't the most amazing thing. But this fight kind of proved that, like, hey, he can go 5 rounds. Maybe not the same effectiveness. Usually he goes out there with a little bit more higher output. But Volk was stinging him with that overhand. Every time, Diego would come in, he would, double jab, uppercut, double jab, overhand. He was getting clipped with that overhand. The story of the fight, it felt like, was like Diego Lopez coming in and he's throwing the uppercut, and then Volk is countering with the overhand. That happened multiple times during that fight. Both of them were getting clipped, but it seemed as though Diego would, when they would land at the same time, because they were colliding all the fucking time. It seemed like Diego had more sting, but he wasn't hitting him as much as Volk. Volk was actually hitting him more often in those exchanges, but still, he was jitterbugging around after a couple of those. I'm like, oh shit, Volk, get out of there, bro. Fucking, you stand your base too much, mate. He's standing his fucking base too much. Because I guess in the, the Topuria fight, he wasn't standing his base at all, chin up in the air, and that's why he got KO'd. So I feel like this fight, he kind of wanted to come out there and make a point. Round 1, they're moving. Diego is kind of blockheaded around, not really throwing any output. Volk stings him really bad, and there was a couple times where it was sort of like they crashed into each other same time, and they're throwing exchange, and then Volk got the last punch off, and that's the one that would hurt Lopez or stumble him back. I saw we saw the hook where he kind of cuffed him with his arm and pushed him back. That didn't do anything, but yeah, that for the first 2 rounds were really good for Volk. Then Lopez started actually throwing a little bit. Definitely a little bit of a speed discrepancy, even for old man Volk, who was, well, I'm too fast for you. He was too fast for him, but he didn't have the same level as thud and pop as Diego Lopez. And then the 3rd round and whatnot, I forgot which round it was when Volk got clipped on the eye, on his eyelid, and then he started running around and whatnot. I understand it doesn't look as good, but Diego was whiffing a lot on that. So, yeah, this was a really good fight, honestly. We all wanted to finish. It felt the same for, the Yair and Pitbull fight. But it was good. you can't really complain like people saying Volk was running at the end. Who gives a shit, bro? He's up. Why would it be a good idea to slug with an energetic Diego Lopez in the 5th round, you know? Like if Diego's running at you like that in the 5th, like there's no reason you should like stop and then trade with him. There's no reason. So it's saying 165 to 71. That is a bit that seems a bit accurate. I don't always take the stats for granted when in terms of strikes and whatnot. Like obviously, takedowns and that could be a little bit of a problem too. But yeah, it was good competitive fight in terms of Volk. I don't want him to stay around too much longer. Like the Evloev fight this does all right for his legacy. The Evloev fight does a little bit better for his legacy, but there's not really much else at 145. Even if he goes up to 155, I don't want to see anything up there, to be honest with you. I just kind of want Volk to, sail off into the sunset. I don't know if this should be his retirement fight. I don't think so because he didn't really make it clear. But usually, to cap off Volk's career after those 2 losses, I think he needs to ride off in the sunset with a good win like Evloev. That's a good fucking win if he beats Evloev, which I think he would. So, yep, good one, Volk. Good man, Volk. He did it. Volk is the champ, new featherweight champ. A bit of a Mickey Mouse belt, but good for Volk, right? Next, we got fucking Michael Chandler, lad, and fucking Paddy the Baddy. Very good fight. Good fight from Paddy. I wasn't expecting that refinedness and composure from Paddy. I didn't expect. I thought he was gonna be jetting around a bit. I thought Big Muscle Milk Mike was gonna catch him a bit more. He caught him a few times, but 20 total strikes in the fucking fight is insane, bro. Round 1, Paddy's kind of just moving around, jabbing him up pretty good and hit him with some low kicks. Mike, he's stepping through with shit. He's not really going out there ogre mode, which that's what he's good at. Because before we used to think, oh, what if Michael, if he's just more patient, he'll land the KO blow. And I think fucking Mike he's like, yeah, what if I do that? Because he thinks he's this analytical genius. But no, bro, you can't sit there and calculate. Your brain cannot comprehend that much that quick. You're clearly a meathead. You need to fight like an ogre because he was just standing in front of Paddy. Even when he had him against the fence, like that happened too many times, bro. It reminded me of fucking Patricio Pitbull, bro. Bellator motherfuckers, bro. They just stand there. You just faint menacingly at each other. That's what they do. But what pissed me off is Mike, he got him down, yeah, but I'm thinking when he took him down, I'm like, how is Mike gonna control him? What is he gonna do from this position? He's gonna pound him out. I don't see that happening to Paddy. He gets on him and he gets his arm trapped and he's just pulling, dragging him across the cage, building up lactic acid, fatiguing himself for no reason, bro. As soon as I saw that moment, I'm like, oh my God, Michael Chandler, what the fuck are you doing? What is going through your head? You could let go of that and secure the hips and then drop your weight and break him down eventually, but no, you as the wrestler don't even know how to do that. You know how to control Michael Chandler? He's just standing there just pure grit and muscle. He's not using any control technique whatsoever. He's just pure muscle, just building up the lactic acid. And then when Paddy got up eventually, it's just same thing with Paddy. He was just jabbing up again with the low kicks, kind of teeing off on him, but he was landing that uppercut lead hook. He would throw like a 1-2-2, like a 1-2, and he would come out and then uppercut lead hook. So it was looking good for Paddy throughout the fight. A little bit sloppy, a little bit, not technical, but that's just Paddy for you, and he's winning. So, yep, he sunned Michael Chandler at the end. He split him with the knee. It was beautiful. It was a good knee, and he started doing at the end when he was going after him with the flying kicks. Dude, that's literally me on UFC 4, bro. When I rock the guy, and I just keep coming after him with kicks, head kicks, like he's running, circling around. You're just gonna get kicked, you know what I mean? Because the problem with Michael Chandler is when he gets rocked, he does this thing where he's tilting away, and he's running, and next thing you know, he's basically running in one direction that he was like just leaning towards, and then next thing you know, he's getting clipped with that lead side, that lead, whether it's lead hook or a lead high kick. Patty was going for a lead jumping high kick, like he was. If I felt like that was gonna land or something from the left side when Mike circles to the left way too much, and that's why he got basically caught. It happened twice with Oliveira when he's running, and then Oliveira's shoulder gets in the midline of his body, and he just clips him with the lead hook because he's going right to that direction. So obviously Mike, he loves fucking running, or to the right. He loves running to the right for no fucking reason. He has the IQ of a fucking bag of rocks, as Payne Tabbitt would say. So yeah, I was just more stunned with Michael Chandler, but I wasn't expecting that from Paddy Pimblett. At the end when he took him down, he mogged him, did what Mike did to him in the terms of the slamming. And then after, he was like he couldn't really get the choke when he was on the wall like that because he didn't have the right hook in, and that was the side against the cage. So I guess he was punching, ground and pound, and then he would just smother him with his glove and just like get all the blood in his face. I could have sworn Michael Chandler was talking to him while he was getting beat up. Yeah, I could have, like, it felt like some backhanded scummy ass shit. I don't know why. I just got the sense that I didn't know what he said, but as he was like getting beat up, he said something, and Patty just immediately just elbowed him again. But it's so nice to see that there's 12-6 elbows allowed. That really, really changes a lot of things because, I always wonder, I'm like, why are people not as amazing at ground and pound? But when you think about it, when you're on full mount like that, and you're you have to sink your hips in to control them so they can't buck off or can't do anything. But at that point, you can't really punch. The only option is to elbow. So, and sometimes if you're shelled up like that, you can't even get through with the elbow. So the 12-6 elbow opens straight down or you break down straight down the middle. They're going to be covering the middle, and next thing you go to the side with the elbow. So that really has changed ground and pound. Ground and pound is now becoming more dominant and whatnot. So I like to see that, the actual damage on the ground. So, yep, amazing performance from Paddy Pimblett. In terms of what we got next for Paddy, I didn't even talk about what's next for Volker. I mean, I did, but I don't give a shit what. Lopez can fight Yair. That's the fight to make. But for Paddy, I want to see him, as he said, they're going to book him against Justin. I don't really want to see that, but they're going to do that because, he wants. They're going to get him the easiest title shot, the, old man method. And I don't really care, to be honest. Like, good for him. Like, he can do that. He could fight Charles. But you're going to have to, rearrange the lightweight division because there's a bunch of contenders now. Holloway, Topuria, Paddy, Armand, Charles, Justin, Dustin, all those guys. They're got to figure out what to do with all that. They need to get on their horse right now. But for Chandler, he needs to, fight someone on the come up like Joel Alvarez or Fares Ziam. The guy who just KO'd Matt Favola with that fucking knee. It was brutal. But yeah, he needs to do that or just fucking retire, bro. Just go back to Bellator or some shit. Bellator doesn't exist. Go to the PFL, bro. If you want to, make money, I don't know. Work with your sons, maybe. They make a little extra penny in school, So, yep, that's it for Muscle Milk Mike. It's over, bro. It is fucking over. Thinking about this fight and this result, 3 years ago, people would have been like, no, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? But this is reality now. Paddy Pimblett is now a top 5, maybe not top 5, top 7, top 6 lightweight in the UFC right now. So, good for Paddy. I want to see him locked in more. No gluttony. All right? Next, the feature fight, which should have been Gene Silva versus Bryce Mitchell, judging by the result. But, yes. Oh, my God. He needs to stop doing that. Stop fucking doing that. Patricio Pitbull versus Yair Rodriguez. Pretty fucking boring, to be honest. It was good at the end, because Yair actually was throwing and Patricio Pitbull was just standing there like a punching bag, a fainting punching bag with a little bit of footwork. That's what Patricio Pitbull did. He had a nice thudding low kick. That's about it. He was it felt like every time he threw, you'd be like, damn, bro, throw more. But I guess that's what happens. You're going to land if you never throw. When you do throw, you'll eventually land. But, you know, it is very hesitant. Patricio came in there with that Bellator style, that Michael Chandler fucking just standing, feint, step through, feint. Occasionally a low kick, and everyone's like, oh, like this. This is a striker's delight. This is, you only, you know, feel grateful to get one strike around, seems like. But, Yair kind of shut that down. I wasn't really impressed by him, to be honest. I feel like he should have been beating him up a lot more once he realized, like, oh shit, he's like doing nothing. Like he should have like exchanged and then maybe make Patricio finally go, and then you can go in there and counter. But he didn't do that. He was throwing, you know, nice snappy kicks. He was very patient in the first round. Didn't throw any punches whatsoever the first round, and then eventually started teeing off a bit more. Yeah, that was kind of the fight. Yair was picking him apart throughout round one and round two, just picking him apart. Patricio barely landing. 97-23. That's like that fucking Paddy Pimblett, Michael Chandler stat right there. But yeah, I wasn't ultra impressed with the Yair. Patricio Pitbull, bro, you need to go to the Apex. Or shipping you off to the Apex in the Cairo Chamber. You're gonna be fighting fucking Bryce Mitchell or some shit like that. You're gonna be fighting some B leaguers right now. Okay, we threw you to the wolves. You couldn't swim, so listen here, kid. We're shipping you off. Okay. In the round 3, they start getting a little scrappy. Then Yair tags him with a 1-2. As soon as Yair did that, I'm like, he's not going to finish. Like, I want to see a finish. I'm like, before that, I'm like, oh, God, I really want to see a finish. And it started manifesting. I'm like, wait a minute. This is Yair that's on top right now. It's not fucking Sean O'Malley or whoever else, like Francis Ngannou who's going to finish the job. No. He kind of stands there, pitter-pats it with these arm hammer fists. Then he goes into mount and he starts elbowing. He was quite ferocious, but not ferocious enough to just KO him. He should have stood him up and then started going after him like crazy, bro. Because as soon as I feel like, dude, as soon as you rock somebody and then, you know, you feel like you go get on full mount and you feel like you can't tee off as much as you want to, immediately stand him up, kick him, like stand up, low kick, well, make him stand up, and then like either frame off on his head and then like hit him in the fucking face with a big meaty one, or knee him or something on the way up. But you need to, you know, hit him in the head as much as possible when you have him rocked. Obvious, that just makes sense, right? So I think UFC fighters need to stop following up like that unless they got that Francis Ngannou level of ground and pound, which Yair doesn't. So he needs to make considerations right there. Patricio nearly got him with the R-bar. I dead-ass saw him like, holy shit, this is no. Like, I don't want this to happen right now. I don't. This cannot be how it ends. But no, he got out of it. Yair's got some good dexterity, and he scrambled out of it. So it's all right fight. I was shitting on it in the beginning, but comparison to, you know, the average UFC event or fight, this is an all right fight. So somebody actually got dropped. Somebody got hurt. So damage was inflicted. Somebody got beat up. So yep, Yair. For Yair, he should fight Lopez. You do not deserve title shots, bro. No title shots for you, my friend. So, for Patricio Pitbull, as I said, you know, we need to ship him off to the Apex. Give him fucking Lerone Murphy, bro. Don't even give him Lerone Murphy. Give him Bryce Mitchell or some 15th ranked, 10th ranked guy. Charles Jourdain. I don't give a shit. Just not anywhere near top 10, top 5. So, yep. He's old. He probably would have done better if early in his career, but we'll never know. We'll never be able to say that clearly after this performance, especially. So, yep, shit fight from Patricio Pitbull. Got to go back to the drawing board. Yair, you ain't getting that title shot. All right. Next, Bryce Mitchell, brother. Ho ho ho. Gene Lord Silva. Holy fuck. I was nervous as shit throughout like the beginning because I was hearing before, you know, like Gene doesn't really have good takedown defense. Like he's been hearing shit in the gym that he gets taken down a bit, and before that he got taken down by Jourdain. But this fight, like, at first I was scared. Like, Bryce was teeing off on him with kicks and stuff. I'm like, oh no. Like, it wasn't powerful at all, but I'm like, are we just gonna chew up Gene Silva's leg right now? This is really happening. Like, this, no, I didn't want that to happen. So eventually, throughout Bryce won the first round. He was looking good. He was throwing a lot of strikes. He was throwing a lot more output, but Gene was kind of fucking around, if I'm honest. He was kind of like just waiting for him to shoot a bit. He was waiting for Bryce to show his cards on the feet and in the grappling, so he can figure out like certain moves and like time his at his ninja chokes and stuff like that, which was kind of insane that he submitted him. But round one, he was. You could just tell throughout the fight that like Gene was gonna catch him. Like Gene was kind of just standing in front of him, walking him down. When you're on the back foot like that, those low kicks aren't gonna, hit the same. Even those stomps, like the stomps are gonna hit harder than the low kicks going backwards. So it didn't really inflict too much pain on Gene Silva. It didn't really hit him in the head too often. Gene was kind of just blocking all the kicks, and he was countering back, but he was taking his time. And then I don't know when he dropped him. I think it was beginning of round two, but it was fucking like after a certain point, you're just like, oh my god, Gene Silva is gonna rip this fucker's head off. It's over for him. He looks so explosive, bro. He had such good like balance, like proprioception. Like he has amazing ability when to scramble, not to scramble, when to do this, when to do that. Every action from Gene Silva is like, it's for something. You know what I mean? It surmounts to something always. Whether he's landing your body kick or he lands it on the arm, then he lands the punch, It's not very much wasted movement from Gene Silva. Decent output, pretty good output. Nothing crazy, but he's kind of throwing in 3-punch combinations, 2-punch combinations, He was really sitting back and waiting for Bryce Mitchell. So after those takedown attempts, I was like watching. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? I expected Bryce to get him down at least once, but no. Gene was he was looking away, and then Bryce got in on his hips, and he just bucked him off. Gene is like strong and explosive, bro. This dude's an insane athlete. He's got good kicks. He's got like a build you wouldn't expect somebody to fight like that. He's fighting kind of long. He kind of snipes you. He emotes a bit like Anderson Silva, but he's built like Volk, and he's throwing kicks better than Volk, to be honest. Better kicks than Volk. He's actually, you wouldn't expect the dude looking like that just to be throwing kicks, but he throws kicks as well. So that really helps with him. And yeah, he's just different, bro. He's got crazy timing, crazy accuracy, crazy speed. He just knows when to fire things off. He's really smart, really like natural fighter. So the future's looking bright for Gene Silva. Maybe not so Bryce Mitchell. It was crazy that he got submitted like that. He got done up the whole fight. That was embarrassing. I won't lie to you. Because Gene was genuinely playing with him. So, yeah, for Gene Silva next, obviously, a jump up. The question is, which one? Either, Arnold Allen. I feel like that would be a good fight. I do not want to see Arnold Allen versus Aljo, because I just feel like this is going to be a stink fest. Nor do I want to see Aljo versus Gene Silva. So you can make the Allen fight. That would be good. Or put him against Lerone Murphy. Get rid of that fucking merchant, whatever the fuck you want to call him. I don't even know. Leon Edwards' doppelganger, his long-lost brother. Something like that. So, yeah, Gene Silva, welcome to the club, my friend. You are in. You are officially at the top of featherweight. So, or not at the top, but you're there. You're there, my friend. You did well. I know you fought Bryce, that was lower in the rankings, but he has more respect in the rankings. He has better wins. He was on a win streak at one point. But whenever Bryce runs into these special guys, he's going to lose. And I just see him going on a downward turn because he's regressed throughout his career, in my opinion. His speed, his striking, his defense is not the same. So, yep, that's that fight. Amazing, crazy fight. Really insane to watch, and I'm just kind of happy that Gene won. I know before I was more happy for Gene, and then midway through I'm like, oh no, I want Bryce to win because the things he said. But when I was watching the fight, I'm like, I want Gene Silva to knock him out. So that's what he did, or he submitted him, but damn near knocked him out as well. So very good fight, very good fight. Enjoyed. Next, I'm Dominic Reyes. I'm Dominic Reyes. I'm an athlete. I played college football. I ran track. I wrestled. Dominic Reyes is back. I know he's the third fight he's been back. He's won, but it was good to watch. It was crazy to watch. Krylov was kind of throwing these big meaty straight punches, running forward head first, and then throwing the high kick after. And then Reyes was kind of just simpleton going straight backwards, but you could tell he was setting up something. He was kind of just moving in his head as he was going backwards. He was kind of rocking back and forth, like itching forward, itching backwards more often because Nikita was going at him. But Reyes was there. He was calculating the left hand, the McGregor left hand, and Krylov came in again sloppy as hell, and Reyes stepped back, went over the top of the hand, whichever was right. I think it was his lead hand potentially, and then he slept him with the straight left. So really good win from Dominic Reyes. I don't know how the UFC is going to treat him and maybe give him another good fight, a favorable matchup. I want to see him versus who's somebody that's not really up there, but is kind of up there. I don't know. I would kind of have to sit on that for a bit because Nikita, I think he's top 10, isn't he? What does it say his rank? Nope, does not say his rank, but yeah. So a little jump up for Mr. Dominic Reyes. I'm not talking like the Khalil Roundtrees, the Jamal Hills yet. Not yet. Maybe like if Zhang Mingyang wins against Anthony. Actually, I don't even want to. I don't know if Zhang's that deserving yet of Dominic Reyes because Dominic's worked so hard for this. He needs another pillow puncher. So let's keep it going for Mr. Reyes. It's looking good for Mr. Athlete Dominic Reyes. So good win from Reyes. Happy to see it. Kept the pace of the card going with that first round knockout and good speed, good calculation. That was one of the slickest left hands or rear hands we've seen at the light heavyweight division. So featherweight speed right there. All right, next. Oh my God, I do not want to talk about any of those. But Mr. Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson, the extraterrestrial right here. Interesting fight. Sean Woodson was kind of just standing in front of them for the first round, just doing these goofy ass movements, and Dan Ige was just bobbing and weaving, not throwing anything, but itching closer and closer. Sean Woodson really, like the first round, I thought he won, but just there was no damage. All the significant moments right, Dan Ige, but he just won the first round off pure output. He was hitting him with the jab, the flimsy little jab out there once in a while, but I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, he needs to do more. Like, what are you fucking doing right now? You got this short-ass motherfucker. I know you're scared to box with him, but you're a boxer, supposedly. They're saying on the commentary, but he doesn't look like a goddamn boxer out there. He should have kept going with the low kicks. The low kicks were working well, but then he stopped, and then, yeah. His planet was ringing him. He said he needed to finish the fight. He got a little scared. He got a little jitterbugged. And good old Uncle Dan Ige had to sleep him for it. So throwing these pitter-patter hooks, like rip, these Kevin Vallejos combinations. Hook downstairs, hook upstairs. So, yeah, you could tell Dan was having a hard time reaching him. I mean, shit, bro. Look how 6'2.5" at fucking featherweight. Yeah. But get rid of this Sean Woodson fucking decrepit looking Enderman motherfucker. I don't want to look at him anymore. Does he decide to wake up in the morning and just like, yes, I am a UFC featherweight? No, bro. Just fucking go to lightweight. You look so much better. You'll fucking feel good. You won't die after getting punched. Like that happens to you every time. You have like no chin. At 145s, it seems you don't really seem durable. So, yep, sucks to suck for Mr. Sean Woodson, Dan Ige. It sucks. I didn't even mention this topic. It sucks for. I don't really care, but this shit was funny to watch him. He didn't want to eradicate the Sean Woodson species. These people were rare, and he was like, "Wait, hold up. We need his DNA after. We need him to answer some questions before he's gone." So. Yeah, I guess Dan Ige understood the assignment, kind of pissed me off when they asked him at the end. When he was like, "What'd you think about the stoppage?" I mean, of course they're gonna ask him about that, but just leave the man alone. Like, just look at his face. He's just chilling. You know, we all love Dan Ige a bit. You know, can't hate the man. It's a real man right there. You take any fight, motherfucker. Okay, so all these people ducking in the UFC and boxing. Look at Dan Ige. Isn't afraid to lose as he wins. But yep, good fight. Actually, wasn't an amazing fight, but all right fight. Got to see a finish. Sean Woodson's heading back to his planet with a new calculated plan. So we'll see how he does next time around in the octagon. All right. Next, we have Yan Xiaonan versus Zerna Jandiroba. I know you guys really want me to talk about this right now. I'm just going to give you my honest breakdown right here. Verna Jandiroba smudged her. The end. All right. I didn't really watch this fight whatsoever. I'm sure you didn't. I was just glancing over it, just having a look once in a while, and just seeing Verna, smudging her, beating her up on the ground a bit. We nearly finished her at the end, and yeah, give her Zhang Wei Li. She deserves it. Obviously, Zhang's gonna win, of course, but for now, Yan Xiaonan, I don't know what the fuck to do with you. Fight somebody. You gotta fight Conor McGregor. You gotta fight somebody. But yeah, I don't give a fuck about this fight, even though it's it's so crazy. It's fucking number 1 and number 3 in the division. They're this far down from the card, bro. These motherfuckers aren't, or these guys are ranked, but not as high as them. That's kind of crazy they do that. But yeah, that was that fight. Sucks to suck for Yang Xiaonan. Negative 500 social credit for you. So, yep. Next, Chase Hooper, the gooning king, or has to reduce the gooning. But yeah, wins, kind of just out energies the old man. The old man, like, I can't do it no more. That's what it felt like. Chase Hooper, full of energy. Took some neurogum or some shit. He was scrambling around, just putting him in a scramble blender, bro. Just making Unk work out there. He's just on these weird positions, kind of trying to break his groin at one point, spread eagling him, like just opening up his cheeks, his nutsack, just evaporating Unk smell throughout the venue. But yeah, it was a good performance. A little bit boring. I wanted to see a finish. Like, come on, Jim Miller's old. Should be doing a little more. He looked decent on the feet. He's getting a little scrappy, but I still lacking in the defense. He's gotten better in the striking, obviously, but just not sufficiently enough. He's got to work on some things on the feet. All right, kid. But in the scrambles, in terms of grappling, he is a nightmare to deal with a little bit. So, yeah, really good performance, or decent performance from Chase Hooper. Give him a little bump up. I know he's in the lightweight division, so I don't want to see him. He called out Tom Nolan. I don't think he's yet to be ready for a Joel Alvarez or Benoit Saint Denis. I think he'll crumble at the top if you kind of throw him in quick. So I think they're still gonna try and slowly build him. So yeah, I mean, a weak ass call out on Tom Nolan, but at least he's smart. He's moving smart. He's not a boy anymore. He's a man. Okay, he's got that man IQ. He's got that man strength now. He's got man muscle. This kid's got muscle on him, kid. He's on that Bryce Mitchell program right there for skinny fucks. So, yeah, good for Chase Hooper. He's going to move up a little bit, though. Not too much. I don't even know if that's the equal amount. Next, Dan Ige. Not Dan Ige. Darren Elkins versus Julian Erosa. This was horrible to watch. What did I just watch? This man he has a family. The way he was just moving around, just with the look of distraught on his face. This is Darren Elkins. It was horrible to watch. I didn't like that whatsoever. And you got this young motherfucker, Julian Erosa. Maybe not younger, couldn't finish, or barely could finish him. Like he was gassing himself out trying to finish him, and Darren's just kind of just gritting his teeth down, just fucking like, I got a family to feed at home. But just look at his face, bro. Just look at Darren Elkins' face. He's just, oh yeah, just came for a paycheck. I just hopefully I'll win. It's so sad to see, bro. This dude has a family. Like, I don't want to see him fight anymore. I know you're the damage. Clearly, you are the damage now. You took the damage right there. Took everyone. You took Volk's damage. The amount of CTE Volk would have received in the main event. You took it for us. You are the man, Darren Elkins. So you got that. You got Volk's win for us. But yeah, just got beat the shit out of. Julian Erosa looked slow. It was just. I don't even. It reminds me of like UFC 4, like on career mode, your UFC debut. It feels like you should be like knocking the guy out, but you don't have the power stats yet, so you just keep hitting him, and like you're a bit slow, so you're not as fast in the game, obviously, because you just started. So that's what this reminded me of. Sucks. Like, it's sad to see, to be honest. Yeah, Darren Elkins just. Hopefully you have money when you retire. Just retire now, my friend. Fine. Go be a real estate agent with fucking Ally Quinton. Work with him. Something. Do something else, my friend. So UFC is not for you anymore. You're an old man now. You've done it. You've done it all. You went on that 6-fight win streak in 2018. Nobody expected, but yeah. I think it ends here, my friend. It's your brain's not worth your paycheck. So yeah. On to the next. Cedric Dumas versus Mikhail Oseichuk. The king is back. The density maxer is back. Mikhail Oseichuk, Mr. Blockhead himself. And we got YN Cedric Dumas. Oh my god, this total strikes. It was a first round knockout within 2 minutes. Kind of fucking crazy. 2 minutes 49 seconds. But everyone saw that post before. I know it's a little off topic of Cedric Dumas's criminal record. Nothing compared to John Jones's offenses. Like, Cedric was just doing these small offenses, some assault right here and there. I didn't read all of them, if I'm honest, so I don't know actually how egregious he was. But from what I saw, it was just small-time criminal, just a YN trying to get his bread up, you know what I'm saying? So, yep, got put down with the elbow bicep of fucking Mikhail Oseichuk. The kid's back. Listen here, kid. Mikhail Oseichuk is back. All right, kid. We needed him. We need this Polish power. So got with the YN out of there. Yeah, I didn't really watch this fight, so I rewatched it, but it's not the same level of hype. Obviously, I'm just like, oh, okay, good for Mikhail, but Yep, Cedric Dumas back to the drawing board, my friend. You gotta bulk up a little bit. I don't know. You look bulk, but you don't look dense like Mikhail. You don't look dense like Mikhail. He looks a little flabbier, even though you got muscle on him. You got a little muscle. You got a little Bryce Mitchell protein shake, but yeah, just that's it really for the fucking fight. You know what I mean? Just put him out with the bicep. Next. Do I just stop there, bro? Because, I didn't watch any of these. I saw that Marco Tulio, he looked crazy with the spinning kicks and whatnot. Tresean Gore's kind of just blobbing around. Just at middleweight, throwing, 20-plus, spinning kicks to the body, to the head is kind of insane. So, good win from him right there. Good TKO, good KO. So, yep. Sumer Duera versus Mitch Raposo. I didn't watch the fucking thing. Neither did I watch Nora Carnoli versus Haley Cowan. So, yep, that's my reaction and breakdown to this UFC card. I'll have a video uploaded probably in the middle of this week, and then I'll give you a breakdown for the next Fight Night card, which I have no idea what it is, to be honest. I'll have to look and do a little research into these shitty fighters beforehand. So, I'll start uploading more breakdowns before, my picks before. I'll start streaming for the events and whatnot because I got a camera finally. So you'll see my face. You'll see my beautiful face soon. So Yep, that's it for the videos. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, look out for a video in the middle of the week. Okay, goodbye.